Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Al. So we are just going to jump right into what's going on in today's video. So I was on YouTube and I ran across one of these shorts, and the short was talking about um, one female who said that she felt like people who don't have friends are weird, which I thought was kind of weird. Like, A, do you know why they don't have friends? Do you know their situation or whatever? So then another young lady popped up and she was feeding off of what the other lady said, and she, defended the people who don't have friends. But I was like, okay, well, I feel some type of way about that because I don't have a lot of friends. I have I can count on one hand, on one finger, how many friends I got. One. And sometimes y'all know what it is. That's all you need. But the reason why I decided to bring this topic to the to you guys and to the table, period, was because it's maybe you think they're weird because they just didn't want to be friends with you anymore. Maybe you did something that was weird that made them not want to be friends with you. So now you think that they're weird. But what I'm doing today is I am sharing my experience. So even in high school, I've never had a whole lot of friends. I've had maybe two, three in a possible. So maybe three. Um, I've never had a big group of friends because I've never felt a need to have a large group of friends because, and not saying that everybody does, but I did not need that validation from friends. I already was confident enough in who I was as a person, so I did not need like somebody always telling me, "Oh, this, that, and the third," or "You look pretty," or "Your hair look nice," or something. I didn't need that kind of accolation. So, and it's not just about that, but I didn't need my confidence built up by other women in that way, because I've had my confidence builder was my mom and myself. So I didn't really need, that. But and I didn't really need to hang around a large group of women or females or even men. I didn't hang around a bunch of them either because to me it just brings a lot of unnecessary drama and energy in your life that you don't need. So I've always considered myself to be like an empath. So when my friend is going through something, and I value friendship wholeheartedly, when I'm going through something, or when my friend is going through something, I feel what they're feeling. I empathize with them. I can I can't always understand every situation, but I can most definitely empathize with what they are going through. So I feel it. I literally feel it. I cry with them. My stomach hurts. I think about it constantly, just as they would be thinking about whatever happened. So, and I have to protect that part of me. I have to protect that energy. So, that's another reason why you can't let a lot of people around you when you're like that either. And also too, like I said, I value friendship. Friendship means the world to me. I mean, not talking about that whole ride or die, but that I got you, you got me. What do you need? We could just sit on the phone and say nothing. If you have nothing to say, go ahead and cry. Let it out. That type of friendship that not that let me know if you need me, or I'm gonna call you back, or anyway. But that kind of friendship. And that's the kind of friend, if I'm that kind of friend to you, that's the kind of friend that I expect for you to be to me. And so, if I'm not getting that energy from you and I'm giving out that energy, then we're not gonna be friends long. It's not gonna last long or whatever. But so anyway, I'm gonna tell you about a situation. So there was three of us in my circle in the last. Well, there was actually three in the last circle, but things happened people fall apart for different reasons. People go their own ways. You know, people relocate, people get new jobs, people get married. There are a ton of reasons why why friendships dissipate. So, no harm, no foul. Anyway, so for the last 20, no, it's been probably about 30 years. I had my best friend, my best friend in the whole world, and she's probably watching this video right now. My best friend in the whole world. We've been friends like since we were in our early 20s. To the point where we were like, yo, that's my sister. And if you saw her, you saw me. If you saw me, you saw her. That kind of thing, you know. And then it was like, you know, to me, I never felt like there was any like type of competition. But and I wasn't feeling that from her at first either. But then when people started like saying, hey, you know, you think she might be jealous or whatever, and I was like, of what? I don't have anything. Like, what could she possibly be jealous of? At this point in life, she got way more than I do. So what is it that she could possibly be jealous of? So anyway, I'm gonna fast forward and then I'm gonna go back for a little bit. So fast forward to about almost 4 years ago, a situation took place where we were out and something negative was said towards me. I didn't take it negatively. It was negative, point blank, period. And after we got back home, I never reached out to her and she never reached out to me. And I feel like she didn't reach out to me because she knows she was dead ass wrong. What she said was dead ass wrong. But when I look back over all the times, and I started looking back over our friendship, and it was just like, she would say little things, you know, like put little things out there, you know, and then when you would address it, she tried to make it seem like she didn't mean it like that and stuff like that. And I'm the type of person, this is me. If you say something to me, if you blow up at me, if you argue with me, if you cuss me out, as long as you don't put your hands on me, but if you do something and that's how you feel in that moment, you ain't got to apologize to me. You ain't got to say a damn word to me. You say how you said in that moment. You was feeling how you was feeling in that moment and you expressed that. I can only respect that. But when you say something and you're intentionally trying to, like, it's almost like trying to take little bites out of people. You just keep nipping at them until you feel like there's nothing left of them because for whatever reason, you want them to be your friend, but you don't want to be their friend at the same time. And our relationship was like really complicated. And it wasn't until like maybe 10, 12 years into the friendship where I would have people who'd be like, you think she might be jealous of you? And I'm like, okay, here we go again. Jealous of what? I don't have anything. You know, and she didn't really have much more than me, but we didn't really have a whole lot then. So where is this coming in at? And then I got engaged. And when I got engaged, I mean, listen, y'all, this chick acted a whole fool throughout the entire process of my wedding. But I dealt with it because she was my friend. I mean, like, this was my dog, like my sister, like my friend. Like, she was my fucking friend. So I dealt with it, and I didn't really see it for what it was at the time it was taking place. So then we argued, we had a little whatever, we got over that. I'm not gonna say I stopped being friends with her on 2 separate occasions because of the way she was acting and the things that she was doing that I just refused to be a part of anymore. I'm the type of person that if I'm your friend, I'm your friend. How am I going to be sick and tired of your situation and you're not sick and tired of your situation? You keep getting in the same situation without putting too much of her business out there because that's not what this video is about. But she keeps getting in the same situation. And I'm like, aren't you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Like, I'm tired. I know you tired. So it was just like, okay, How many times you gonna keep coming to me, telling me the same story, and all you did was change the name of the person that you're talking about? I mean, it was like, that's how I was feeling. So I was like, it's almost like, okay, if you're a friend with somebody who starts smoking crack, and you tell them it's not good, go to rehab, get help, I'm gonna help you, this, that, and the third, and they decide they want to still smoke crack, you gonna be friends with a crackhead? Are you going to stay friends with somebody who you know indulges in crack? No, I'm not. I'm not doing it. But anyway, so we fell out once before, and then, somehow we made our way back to each other, and we became friends again. And then other little things started happening where she was like chomping at the bit a little bit at me, and then it was like, okay, wait a minute, hold on, stop, because now at this point I'm in my 40s. We're not doing this no more. We're not kids no more. We're not doing this no more. You might as well cut this out, because you still ain't got no more than I got. But anyway, so then, like, after that, fast forward to 3-4 years ago, I didn't say anything to her. She didn't say anything to me. I deleted her from all my social medias because it was like, you don't get to peek in on my life and see what I'm doing, and you haven't even called me to apologize, and you wholeheartedly dead ass owed me an apology and then some. But I'm not going to sit around and wait for your apology. I'm just going to keep it moving. But my thing is this: sometimes, you don't have to have a whole bunch of friends around you, and you can be selective as far as your friends go, just like you with your relationship. If you keep meeting dudes that keep dogging you out and talking trash about you and cheating on you, are you going to continue to keep dating the same kind of guys? Or are you just going to decide not to date at all, wait for the one, or, just not, or get you a whole different type of man? It's like, I'm not going to deal with that. So if my friendship, if you're not giving me the same energy, one time I actually told her, I wish you were as good of a friend to me as I am to you. I mean, I cannot count how many times I've been there for her. But, you're like, they're there. And they're like, when it comes time for you to be there, they're surface. They don't know what you're going through. They can't relate. They don't understand. They don't get it. They have zero advice to give to you. I would appreciate it more if you gave me like, well, I don't know what to tell you, but I remember when you told me one time, give me back my own advice if you don't have anything to say. But don't just like, you got nothing. You have nothing to give to me. You have nothing to offer to me as my friend, and all this advice and information and everything that I've been giving to you as a friend, you can't give it back. So, I mean, it's almost like borderline abusive. So if you're not going to continue to date and be in those type of relationships, why should you be in those type of friendships? So I don't feel like people who don't have a lot of friends or don't have friends, period, are weird. I feel like we are selective. We are choosy. We are not being abused anymore. We're not being disregarded anymore. We're not being taken advantage of anymore. We're not putting up with your shit no more, plain and simple. We're just not doing it no more. So, whatever you got to do after that, that's you. So if you want to call me weird for not being friends with you because of the shit that you did to me, then I'm weird. Point blank. Then that makes me weird. But I felt like that was like a negative thing to say because, like I said, everybody don't have a large circle. I got one friend, and she has been a better friend to me in the last 10, 15 years than my other friend was in the last 30. And if you're my friend, and at one time we were all friends. We was in the same circle. But with this one friend, I couldn't have friends outside of her. She'd be like, well, why are you hanging out with them? Or why you doing this, that, or third with them? I couldn't have, but she could have all the friends she want, but I couldn't have friends. That's crazy, right? That's a whole narcissist. But when we were in the circle, if one friend told me something, it stayed to me. I never nobody ever knew about it. If this friend said something to me, I never knew about it. And they don't necessarily have to say anything about each other. They could be telling me about something personal that they're going through that, I feel like if you wanted to tell that other person, you would have told them and you wouldn't have came to me, or you would have got all three of us on the phone at the same time. So obviously it was not meant for them to hear. So I'm not going to run and go tell it because we're all friends. Because like even when you have 10 girlfriends, you can have 5, 10 girlfriends. Everybody is going to form their own friendship because outside of the friendship, because of the connection that they make and because of who they are and, stuff like that. So it's not to say that, that makes a person weird. Now, I have plenty of acquaintances. I have plenty of associates. I know a whole lot of people, especially back in the day. Ooh, I couldn't go nowhere without running into somebody I knew. I knew a whole lot of people, but that didn't make them my friend. And a whole lot of people knew me, but that didn't make me their friend. So when I call you my friend, you were truly my friend. If I call you my sister, because I don't have any sisters. If I called you my sister, then that means you got through. You broke through, and now you are a part of my circle. And now my circle is a straight line. But I'm okay with that because at 51 years old, you don't need to deal with it just to say, oh, I got friends. Because these are the friends that's not going to be there for you, not going to be there when you call, going to send you straight to voicemail, that type of stuff. Like even with this old friend of mine, like, the one I'm telling you about from 30 years ago, with our friendship of 30 years. I seen this chick, I'm sorry, I'm thirsty, and yes, I'm sipping because I'm grown. I've seen this chick carry her phone around with her where, like, it's connected to her hip. Like, every time it rings, hello, she stay on her phone. But when I would call, it would go to voicemail, and then I wouldn't leave a message because you see my number, you know my number. I don't have to leave no voicemail telling you to call me back unless it's a message that I really need to get to you. So you put me on hold and you want to talk to me later, but you pick up the dude you pick up the phone for your raggedy friends or your raggedy dudes. You pick up the phone for them like in a hello, but you put me on hold, and then when you call me back, I'm trying to talk to you about like not my personal information, but like stuff that's going on in the world. You talking to me about TV shows, like our conversation, which, excuse me, I've been burping in like every video, y'all, which makes me believe that we never really had anything in common in the first place. I think that I can't even explain to you how we became friends, or even if our connection was really that tight, or if it got to the point where the friendship, where she became dependent on me in the friendship. So me doing my like due diligence or whatever, or, waiting for the right time, just being there because she really needed help. She really needed like my help. So, and I'm not saying, she was helpless or homeless or anything like that, but, sometimes we learn things and we're able to share them with other people. Even though I swear to God, she learned absolutely nothing. She didn't learn nothing. She didn't want to know nothing. She would not listen. She would take my advice, turn around, go do what she did want to do with it, and then come back and explain to me. And I'm like, that's not what I told you to do. And then you wonder why the outcome is what it is. I didn't tell you to do that. So eventually, you stop giving advice. You stop giving yourself to people who don't mean you no good. You just stop. So I'm not weird for being choosy, for choosing who I decide to be around and spend my time with. Because I'm not just letting these people be my friend. I'm inviting these people into my home and my family, and they're making connections with my family too. So that's important to me. If you're making that type of connections with my family, that's important to me, But if that's not how you see it and you just like whatever, then eventually it's going to be whatever for me. So we haven't talked for like, I want to say this year be like 4 years since we spoke. And I don't need to talk to her. Whatever I had to say to her 4 years ago, I don't have to say anymore. I'm so over it. And the only reason why, like I said, I'm talking about this is because the whole fact that the chick said that people who don't have friends are weird, which I don't think that's true. Because my friend don't have a lot. The friends that I'm still friends with today, she don't have a lot of friends. You know, that don't make us weird. That just makes us aware. You know, so I said all of that to, because I didn't really want to divulge too much information about, the friend that I'm not friends with anymore, because if I did that, I promise you, this video will have 10 parts to it. No lie, no cap. It would have like 10, 15, 20 parts to it, because they were just little things throughout the friendship. Little things, little things, little things, little things. And then she would come off like, I don't understand. What you talking about? I didn't do anything wrong. Miss me with that. I'm sorry. Miss me with that. After a while, you get too old for me to keep telling you what you're doing wrong. And I think she was friends with me because she knew my strength. And sometimes people they don't want to emulate you or be like you. Sometimes they actually want to be you, but they're not going to say it. I ain't jealous. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean. I ain't that. I don't do. Yes, you do, boo. And it's okay. Because I've had women in my life that I emulated from, but I took something from them. And there's not a female that was friends with me in my life that I did not gain something from or get some knowledge from. So, but all this time, we've been friends 30 plus years, and you're still doing the same thing. You're still making the same mistakes. You're just not getting it. And you know how sometimes you give so much of your energy, and then you need that poured back into you. But when I was talking to her, it was just like, I felt so winded and out of breath because nothing was getting poured back into me. So I would have to go to other people to pour back into me what I just gave to her. So, anyway, like I said, I'm not trying to get on a tangent about me and her friendship because that is dead in the water. It's a done deal. So, and I don't feel bad, and I don't mean her no harm. I don't wish nothing bad on her. I wish her, nothing but the absolute best. I hope she get everything. I hope she get everything that she wants and desires and needs out of life. I have no problems with her, but even if we tried to be friends now, it would be so different. There's so much that has gone on, and even things that when we had our last falling out and we talked, there were so many things that I left out that I did not say to her that she did. By the time I got done with her, she wouldn't have wanted to be friends with me anyway. So it's probably a good thing. And then everybody is in your life, I think some people enter your life for a season, and our season was up. Our season was finally up. It was probably up long before, but somehow we kept coming back together. But I think this is it. Don't water it. Don't put no fertilizer on it. Don't put no grass seeds on it. This friendship is dead. And like I said, I'm okay with that. Even if I had no friends, I got one friend. Me and her, we bounce ideas off each other. We talk about different things. We cook. We talk about cooking. We talk about our kids. Even when our kids being bad and not doing right. I don't hold that back from her, and she don't hold that back from me. We don't have so much pride that we can't tell each other, oh, my son fucked up today, or my daughter did this today. That we bond over stuff like that. So, we just have this relationship, and this amount of respect for each other. And that's another thing. We respect each other as grown ass women. So we're not gonna do anything crazy or say anything crazy, and if we do, it's gonna be like, hey, can I say something to you without you getting mad? Yes, girl, say what you gotta say. That type of friendship. Not that, well, I don't know, or that was me. It's not you. I'm telling you about me. I'm not asking you to be me. I'm not asking you to put yourself in my shoes. I'm asking you, Anyway, y'all. So I just wanted to. I had been meaning to talk about this for like a while now because, you know, because that's how I feel. Like I said, that's how I feel about friendships. If you my friend, you my friend. You hold a special place in my heart. If you not, and if I let you in, and I found out that you got in on some type of pretense, and you not really my friend, you don't mean me no good. You don't mean my family no good. You don't have the right intentions. Especially if you ain't got the right intentions for me, I don't expect you to have the right intentions for them. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I've talked long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any input, on friendships, feel free to leave me a comment. If you've been through a similar situation like this, leave me a comment. If you're currently going through something like this right now and you don't really know if that friend is your friend, leave me a comment. And I hope you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave me a comment, and I will talk to you guys in another video. All right now. Bye.